Hello friends, in this video we are going to see the 100 Egyptian pound standard circulation banknote, which was launched in the years from 2013 to 2024 by the government of the Arab Republic of Egypt. These banknotes were printed by the Central Bank of Egypt and were printed at the printing house of the Central Bank of Egypt, Egypt. Now let us see the physical structure of the banknote. It is a rectangular-shaped banknote made from paper material. It is printed using the intaglio technique, that is, raised printing technique, which can be felt by soft touch on the note surface. The banknote includes background colors of purple and light blue. The size of the banknote is 165 mm by 70 mm. On the obverse side, the denomination value 100 in Arabic language can be seen in two different spellings. Now let us discuss the obverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has an OVMI, optical variable magnetic ink, spark element with denominational numeral 100 in English on the bottom left corner, which is printed in color shifting ink. It changes between two shades of green and turquoise when the banknote is tilted. Next, it has a latent image with denominational numeral 100 in Arabic. Next, it has a denominational numeral 100 Junaih in Arabic on the top right corner of the note, and it has a denominational numeral 100 in Arabic on the bottom right corner of the note. Next, it has an Eye of Horus as a see-through registration. The Eye of Horus, also known as left-wedged eye or ujud eye, specular to the Eye of Ra, right-wedged eye, is a concept and symbol in ancient Egyptian religion that represents well-being, healing, and protection. The Eye of Horus was thus equated with funerary offerings, as well as with all the offerings given to deities in temple ritual. The Eye of Horus symbol, a stylized eye with distinctive markings, was believed to have protective magical power and appeared frequently in ancient Egyptian art. Next, it has a blind emboss for the value of the note 100 in Arabic. Next, it has the year of printing of the note, which is mentioned according to Gregorian calendar in Arabic. Next, it has a watermark, which consists of the image of the Great Sphinx of Giza, and the value of the note 100 in electrotype. The Great Sphinx of Giza is a limestone statue of a reclining sphinx, a mythical creature with the head of a human and the body of a lion. A sphinx is a mythical creature with the body of a lion and the head of a human, often depicted with wings. In ancient Egypt, sphinxes were associated with royalty and were often depicted as guardian deities. In Greek mythology, the sphinx was a female monster who posed riddles, killing those who failed to answer correctly. The most famous sphinx is the Great Sphinx of Giza, a massive limestone statue near the pyramids. Egyptian sphinxes were often associated with temples and tombs, acting as protective figures. The sphinx, with its human head, often representing a pharaoh, symbolized the power and authority of the ruler. This iconic statue, with the head of a pharaoh, possibly Khafre, is one of the largest and most recognizable sphinxes. It is believed to have been built around 2500 BCE. Next, at the center, it features the picture of the Sultan Hassan Mosque in Cairo, Egypt. The Mosque Madrasa of Sultan Hassan is a monumental mosque and madrasa located in Salah al-Din Square, in the historic district of Cairo, Egypt. It was built between 1356 and 1363 during the Bahri Mamluk period, commissioned by Sultan an-Nasir Hassan. The mosque was considered remarkable for its massive size and innovative architectural components, and is still considered one of the most impressive historic monuments in Cairo. Al-Nasir Badr ad-Din Hassan ibn Muhammad ibn Kalayan, better known as Al-Nasir Hassan, was the Mamluk Sultan of Egypt. He was of Turkish origin. The seventh son of Al-Nasir Muhammad to hold office, reigning twice in 1347 to 1351 and 1354 to 1361. During his first reign, which he began at age 12, senior Mamluk emirs formerly belonging to Al-Nasir Muhammad dominated his administration, while Al-Nasir Hassan played a ceremonial role. He was toppled in 1351 when he attempted to assert executive authority to the chagrin of the senior emirs. He was reinstated 3 years later during a coup against his brother Sultan al-Salasala by emirs Sheikhu and Surgutmish. During his second reign, al-Nasir Hassan maneuvered against the leading emirs, gradually purging them and their supporters from the administration through imprisonment, forced exile and execution. He replaced many Mamluks, manumitted slave soldiers, with Awlad al-Nas, descendants of Mamluks, who he found to be more reliable, competent and amiable with the public. Al-Nasir Hassan was killed by one of his own Mamluks, Yalbugat al-Umari, who headed a faction opposed to al-Nasir Hassan's elevation of the Awlad al-Nas. Throughout his second reign, al-Nasir Hassan commenced the Sultan Hassan Mosque Madrasa complex in Cairo, as well as other architectural works, namely religious structures, in Cairo, Jerusalem, Gaza and Damascus, and, at the bottom of the central image, it has the lettering Masjid as-Sultan Hassan 1356-1363 in Arabic. Next, it has the text Al-Bank al-Markazi al-Misri in Arabic language in Kufic script. Next, it has the denominational value, Mia Janeha, in Arabic language in Naskh script. Next, it has the signature of the governor of the Central Bank of Egypt. Next, it has a 1.5 mm buried black solid magnetic security thread running vertically, showing the demetallized denomination 100 Janeha, that is, 100 pounds, in Arabic language engraved on it, which can be read in both sides of the note. Next, it has a 4 mm wide motion switch windowed security thread running vertically. It is teal colored, with a holographic feature, which changes shapes in the security thread when the note is tilted. Next, it has microtext for value of the note, Mia Janeha in Arabic language, and, next, it has the serial numbers in Arabic, printed horizontally in black magnetic ink on the top left corner and the bottom right corner of the note. Now let us discuss the reverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a denominational numeral 100 LE, that is, 100 livres Egyptiennes or Egyptian pounds, in English on the bottom left corner of the note, and it has a denominational numeral 100 pounds in English on the top right corner of the note, and it has a denominational numeral 100 in English on the top left corner of the note. Next, it has the text Central Bank of Egypt in English language. Next, at the central left side of the note, it has a large denominational numeral 100 in English. Next, at the center, it features the picture of the Great Sphinx of Giza and hieroglyphic bricks depicting Kemet, the ancient name of Egypt. The Great Sphinx of Giza is a limestone statue of a reclining sphinx, a mythical creature with the head of a human and the body of a lion. Facing east, it stands on the Giza Plateau on the west bank of the Nile in Giza, Egypt. The original shape of the Sphinx was cut from bedrock of the Eocene-aged Macadam Formation and has since been restored with layers of limestone blocks. It measures 73 meters, 240 feet, long from paw to tail, 20 meters, 66 feet, high from the base to the top of the head, and 19 meters, 62 feet, wide at its rear haunches. The Sphinx is the oldest known monumental sculpture in Egypt, and one of the most recognizable statues in the world. The face of the Sphinx remains a matter of scholarly dispute. It appears to represent the pharaoh Khufu or one of his sons, pharaohs Djenefer and Khafre. Archaeological evidence suggests that it was created by ancient Egyptians of the Old Kingdom during the reign of Khufu 2590 to 2566 BC, or Khafre 2558 to 2532 BC. The circumstances surrounding the Sphinx's nose being broken off are uncertain, but close inspection suggests a deliberate act using rods or chisels. Contrary to a popular myth, it was not broken off by cannon fire from Napoleon's troops during his 1798 Egyptian campaign. Its absence is in fact depicted in artwork predating Napoleon and referred to in descriptions by the 15th century historian al-Makrizi. The original name the Old Kingdom creators gave the Sphinx is unknown, as the Sphinx temple, enclosure, and possibly the Sphinx itself was not completed at the time, and thus little is known about its cultural context. In the New Kingdom, the Sphinx was revered as the solar deity Hor-Emakhet, which means Horus of the horizon in English. Hellenized Harmachius, and the 14th century BC pharaoh Thutmose IV specifically refers to it as such in his dream stele. The archaeological evidence suggests that the Great Sphinx was created between 2600 to 2500 BC for the king Khufu, the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, or his son Khafre, the builder of the Second Pyramid at Giza. The Sphinx is a monolith carved from the bedrock of the plateau, which also served as the quarry for the pyramids and other monuments in the area. Next, it has the denominational value £100 in English, and, next, it has microtext for value of the note, £100, and the lettering Central Bank of Egypt in English language. Here, we reach the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you soon. Goodbye.